about death as a great teacher, death as a great guru. So there is a very basic difference between a teacher and a guru. Teacher gives you something, and guru, in fact, snatches something from you. Guru makes you empty. Teacher gives you certain info. And the problem with info is you are filled with more knowledge. And what happens when you are filled with more knowledge? More ego comes in. But Guru takes it all away from you. And the reason is very simple. The teacher gives you means to earn your livelihood because info is required for that, knowledge is required for that. But Guru gives you life. And that is why our scripture says Guru is death. Guru is death because he kills and removes you from you. And when you return, then it is as if you are born again, twice born. In Hindi, there is a word called Dwij. Dwij comes from two. You came from your mother's womb, and now another womb is that of a guru. And now try to understand it like this: death is that guru. And this is what is the hidden meaning of this book as well. That this death be proven to be a guru, because it proved to be guru for Nachiketa and maybe for you as well. And this is all that is the purpose of telling you this story. The purpose is that you can be Nachiketa as well. This is what is my wish for you. My wish is that I give you in the hands of God, hands of death, and death surrounds you from all sides. And whatever can die inside of you should die. Whatever can die, it should die. And what cannot die, what death cannot take it away from you, should only remain, should only shine and sparkle from inside. Whatever trash is there, whatever garbage is there should burn, and only the diamond should be within, and only the diamond should sparkle. And everybody has to pass through this fire. There is no other way to sparkle, there is no other way to become light. The death says to Nachiketa that this fire that will burn, this fire that will burn will be recognized by your name only. And Nachiketa is thinking that I have been living an exemplary life. Whatever the ancestors have said, I have lived that life. I have lived the life which has been very holy, which is good. The exemplary life. Just like the society says, I have done that. I have always tried to follow the best behavior. Then why my father said that he would give me to Yam? It may be because certainly Yam, the death of god of death, must be needing something from me. But he is wondering what is that work that god of death needs from Nachiketa. Of what use he is to the god of death. So think about this. Someone tells you that I give you to the death, and you would think maybe I have made some mistake, maybe I have done something bad in the life. But Nachiketa is thinking that he hasn't made any mistake. He's not thinking of a mistake. There is no mistake, but he is thinking of what is the purpose. What is the purpose that would be completed by him when he goes to the god of death. So in a way, Nachiketa is not angry with his father. Now this is how a spiritual mind, this is how a dharmic mind would think. When someone starts looking at one's own mistakes, this is the start of the dharma, spirituality in life. Whereas normally what people do is people look at other people's mistake in life. Normally we try to find fault in others. If someone abuses us, if someone gets angry on us, if someone has said something wrong, then we try to find fault in that person. We do not think that maybe the fault is in us. So Nachiketa did not even think that father had said something wrong. He did not even think about that. He did not even think that father could be cruel or could be devil here. The question is not that somebody has abused you. The question is not that somebody has become angry on you. It does not matter. It does not matter whether somebody is mad or somebody is cruel or somebody is evil. But rather, what is your thinking process in all of this? Whether you're analyzing your own mistakes or are you dwelling in the mistake of the others? This can be the life changing moment. This is the life changing moment when your attention is diverted in sights, and then it frees you from outside as well. And then the real transformation is. He further said to his father, Nasiketa further said to his father, Father, think how your ancestors have behaved and how great people today are thinking, and then decide your own karma. Then decide your own karma, because mortal man is like the ear of wheat. The wheat will grow and then it will die and then it will grow again. This is how the mortal man is like. Now, this analogy of wheat is very interesting because this is how a grown man would think. But Nachiketa is thinking like this: if we look at life, it is like a loop. Our entire life is like a loop. Sun rises in the morning, sun sets in the evening, and then again rises in the morning, and so on and so forth. The seasons happen, the summer happens, and the winter happens, and the spring happens, and then the summer comes up again. And similarly, the seed of the wheat is sown, and then it is grown, and then it is cut, and then again the seed is there, and then it is sown. And then this loop goes on and on. So in reality, all those societies which are simple in thinking, all those societies which are not very complex, innocent societies, I would call them, they have considered the life as a loop, the death and the life, and then death and so on again and again. Whole life is like a loop. Now think that a small kid can understand this, that if everything is a loop, why humans would be different? So he's not worried whether the death will come or not, because death eventually will be there. Death is a loop, life is a loop. And this is the basic difference between Eastern and the Western thought. West think that life is like a line, straight. And Eastern thought is that all actions in the life is like a loop. It starts from where it ended. Life starts from the death and then it goes on and on. So it's almost like a wheel and not like a straight line. So this small kid is saying that it does not matter that you give me to the god of death, because eventually it will happen. Because eventually the one who will die will be born again, so how does it matter? Because no death is final. But dear father, I am only requesting you that you think before saying this, as I hope it is not coming out of anger. Now, this is a very important thing. He's not thinking of the death or whether the father has given him to the death. He's focusing on whether the father is in the anger. The father has given him to the god of death in the fits of anger. Because if that is the case, then the father will be unhappy. The father will be sad when all of this dawn on him. Because we are always sad when the anger has passed. Then we repent. Then we again do it. Because whenever we will repent, whenever we are filled with guilt, always remember that you are apt to repeat the task again. And that is the problem with all of us. We do angry, we get angry, and then we go into the guilt. We are filled with jealousy, and then we again become guilty, and then we repeat it. So he is saying that it is okay to give me to the god of death because no one really dies. Everything returns to its beginning, to its start, to its base. A river falls into an ocean and then becomes ocean, and then it turns into the vapor, and then the vapor lifts into the sky and becomes the dark clouds. And then again the clouds fall as a snow on the mountains, and then the river begins again. So there is nothing wrong with the death. But hopefully, the important point is it is not happening with a pain inside, because that is what is important. Death is not. Whether it is happening with a pain inside, an anger inside, a jealous inside. So remember that if you are aware even for a second that the anger will disappear, and this is the only remedy of an anger, if you are aware, only if you are aware the anger will go for a moment. The only antidote of an anger is to be aware, is to go into pratyahara, is to be in pratyahara always, is to be conscious. When the anger is building inside, then close your eyes and then be aware. And you'll find that as the awareness is increasing, the anger is receding, the anger is melting. There is no other antidote of an anger. No book can teach you that. Buddha has always said, don't be angry is not what I am saying. Buddha is saying, don't be angry is not what I am saying. But your anger should be in awareness. You are aware even when you are in anger. Because in reality, nobody can be angry when the awareness is there. And Buddha has also said, I'm not saying you should not steal, but steal in awareness. When you are a thief, be a thief in awareness. And actually, nobody can be a thief in awareness. Nobody can steal in awareness. This is not possible. Whatever evil is there in this life comes out of unconsciousness. When you are unconscious, then the evil creeps in. And whatever is holy, whatever is good happens only in awareness. If your unconsciousness is deep, then whatever will happen, even if you think it is good, will be bad. And whenever you are aware, then whatever will happen, even if you think it is bad, will be good. This is how the life is. So Nachiketa is saying to his father that whatever you do, just be aware. Just be very aware whatever you are doing. For in this mortal life, we should shed life and live in a truth. Because awareness means the truth. The truth, in fact, is the only awareness, and awareness is the only truth. So let go of sadness, Father, and now allow me to go to the death. And he had said this because he must have sensed that you know his father is sad. His father must have said this in a fit of anger. So in a moment it may have dawned on Nachiketa's father that the attachment is there. And so why was he angry? Nachiketa must have seen that sadness, must have seen that pain in his father's eyes. And so he said, let go of your pain. And now that you have given me to the God of that, so be it. Now complete your promise. And hearing of all this, Jalak must be very sad. But now there was no other way. And so upon seeing his son's truthfulness, he sent him to the God of death. But when Nachiketa reached at the Yam's door, the God of death's door, he came to know that Yam was not there in his palace. Yam was out for 3 days. So Nachiketa waited without food and water outside his palace for 3 days. For 3 days he waited outside the palace, without food and without water. See how the destiny is building up. Because everything builds up automatically. You don't have to do anything. Because out of these 3 days of without food and without water will come the three boon. And so the story goes on. And the destiny is there. So Nachiketa reached at the door of death and knocked, but the death was not available. Now this is very important. Nachiketa reaching at the door of death. And Nachiketa knocked at the door of death, but the death wasn't available. Now, is it really? Can this happen? Think about this. Before Nachiketa, no one had ever reached the god of death. Because the death comes at your door. You don't go to the door of death. And when the death comes at your door, you're always there. There is no way you cannot be there. This is not a possibility. You cannot escape the death. Because this body is the house, and when the death knocks, it always finds you there. But amazingly, interestingly, with Nachiketa, everything opposite happened. This is so interesting. With Nachiketa, the whole process turned upside down. Now, this is what is the story of Kathopnishad. When a man himself prepares to die, the process is reversed. Normally, we are trying to run from the death. We never believe in death. We are always running away from it. We want to live forever. Everybody wants to live forever, and this is quite visible the way we live. We want to collect more. We want to have more money. We want to have more clothes. We want to have more relations. We want to have everything more and more so that it lasts for how long a time. Whereas everybody has to die. But when you approach that death, everything is opposite. When a man himself prepares to die, the process is reversed. Where you could see the life, now sees the death. And where you could see that death, now the life is there. This is so interesting. So a person knocks at the door of death, but this requires real courage, knocking the door of death. Then he will find that there is no death. This is the entire essence of Kathopnishad. We'll talk about it again and again. When you are knocking, when you are understanding the death, then there is no death. The closer you will go to the death, you will find that the death is not there. The closer you move to the death is not there. The farther you move from it, the nearer the death would seem. And all our fear, all our jealousy, all our anger is coming out from that. So we have to see, we have to watch. This is the essence of Kathopnishad. And this is how the Kathopnishad is panning out. I'll stop here today. If there are any questions or any comments are there, most welcome. The way our scriptures are, sometimes it would seem that the scriptures are hiding something. Sometimes it would seem that in the end there will be a treasure. But in reality, there is a treasure in every word of these scriptures. There is a there is a hidden truth in each and every sentence in these scriptures if you can understand them. Even if you have read one page of Kathopnishad and if you have understood it, if you have completely internalized it, the same will go on in the entire Upanishad. If you can understand the one sutra of Upanishad, completely internalized it, then you have understood the entire Upanishad. This is how all our Upanishads are. The same thing the ancient Rishi is saying again and again. And he is saying it again and again because we are so, what I should say, naive or innocent that we miss the point, we miss the main point again and again. That is the problem. So great.
Yeah, I understand that. So every scripture is interpreted by different means by every guru, right? A different Swami or whatever it is. I feel right.
Right.
The interpretation is different, right?
Yeah, interpretations can be so many. Yes, true.
Yeah.
Because the problem, and that is the problem because, for example, Kathopnishad, it is difficult to interpret in a lot of ways, but especially the book like Bhagavad Gita, there can be thousands of interpretations are there because Bhagavad Gita has been interpreted in so many different ways that because the problem is that we want the life in a certain way and we find our own interpretations there. That is a problem. Some scriptures
Yeah.
like Mahagita by Ashtavakra is there, which is very difficult to interpret because Ashtavakra has been very direct. Same with
Yeah.
Yoga Sutras. Yoga Sutras are also very difficult to interpret in a lot of ways because they are very direct, they are very to the point. But some scriptures are that is there.
So what I feel is that we get attached to a Swami or a Guru or a religion or something like that, but we get a personal attachment with them. So however they interrupt it is what the way we take it, right? We take it like that. It's more like a more attachment.
There's always a danger of that. Yes, true.
Yeah. So whatever he interrupts it, we say that is the right way of doing it.
Right.
But
So,
when we when we go and look hear somewhere else on the radio, on the TV, on the web or something like that, it's a different interpretation by a different person.
right. And that is why Buddha has always said, you've heard me. Now go and do the experiment. Buddha have always said that. And if you think the experiment is helping you out, so be it. If it is not helping you out, then what is the purpose of my interpretation? What is the purpose of my saying anything at all? So hearing is okay, listening is okay, but there is a there's a step further to go. It's like that.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Your experience is what all that matters.
So whatever you have been teaching, right? Whatever you have been teaching, I'm trying to apply in my personal life too,
Very good.
day to day.
Very
Trying
nice.
to apply all this scriptures, interpretation, the
Right.
meaning, in
Absolutely.
my life, others to who I speak to and all this stuff. I'm trying to do that to the best. It's not easy.
Right. And that is what Jason is important because if you find something which I've said and which is not true for your life, then it is not true for your life. It may be my interpretation, it may be my thinking, it is true with my life because we have different lives. So that is why it is very important to be aware. It is, and unfortunately, in this age of, in this age of content, so much content is available that
Yeah,
the experience is just, people don't go through the experience but the content. But there is a
yeah,
content is the first stair, it's the first step, and then it starts from there. It may start from there, but doesn't end there. And that is the
it
reason,
has to go.
interestingly, our Upanishads or our scriptures have said, in fact, Patanjali says that in the end, you will have to let the knowledge also go. That's why it is so important.
Yeah, yes. So how is your new place? Getting used to it?
Yeah, it is. It is really nice. We are getting used to it. It's a pretty big space. So lot of birds are here. Lot of greenery is here. We are
Uh-huh.
we are
You
loving
like it
it.
better?
It's still in the process of
Good.
uh, you know kind of adjusting, and uh, just 2 days back we completely vacated the other house and brought all the items here. So we are just doing managing and doing stuff. But yeah, it's a wonderful place.
Uh-huh. So the other place is also your own place, or what is that?
This is also my own place, and the other one was also my own.
So it's nice that she came and stayed with you. How long she was there with you? Go on.
Just for a day, just for a night. We stayed for a day and
Uh-huh.
a night. That's it. But it was
So you guys
nice
went
that
out
she could
anything?
come. Huh?
Did you go anywhere?
Sorry?
Did you go? Did you go out sightseeing something
Yeah,
like that? No.
actually, she wanted to do some shopping. Some that khatai churan,
Uh,
some clothes and all that. So we went out. I took her out for a couple of hours, not much. So it was
So
nice. You should make a program to come to Jaipur as well.
But I'm planning. I was wondering, is it good to come like in a planned, structured tour with somebody, or just come there and pick up somebody and go around, see Jaipur, all of that? There are groups that take you around, you know that, right? Planned tours. Is that the best way to do it, or just come over there?
I don't think group is the best way to do it, to be honest, because Jaipur is not so complex and so big that you require a group. Uh, you should come for a couple of days and then just roam around, watch the places, watch the things at your end, because there are really good things to watch, and you might want to see more of something and less of something. The group is like all the chit chatter, and they don't it's a different thing. But again, it's up to you. I would rather be on my own than be with a group.
Right. And the logistics is that accommodation, they arrange everything, this coordination. You have to do everything on our own.
You can stay
That's
with
the only
us.
thing.
You can stay with us.
Thank you. I'll figure it out. And that's what I've been thinking about it. When I come over there, how should I do it? And when I come there, I want to go to other places in Rajasthan too.
Absolutely, you should. You should. Why not? बिल्कुल. I'll make you a program on how to go about these places, and one must go because these are really beautiful places. From Jaipur, you can travel to Pushkar. From Pushkar, there's a place called Kumbhalgarh. From Kumbhalgarh, then to Udaipur. From Udaipur to Jodhpur. Jodhpur to Jaisalmer. These are all worth seeing. They are really nice. So yes,
Okay.
I can help you to make that tour. But if you're coming with one or two people, that is also good, but not with a big group. I normally do not suggest people to go out in big groups. It has a different
No,
dynamic.
right? Very different atmosphere, different thing. They
Very
take
different.
you to the most.
Uh,
Yeah.
See,
the most important place, one or two spots, and they just go to the next place.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you go to different spots and just go there and then come back and spend more time at the places of your choice? Some people may like
Right.
the natural places. Some people may like the palaces and fort more. Some people may like the markets more. Depends on what is the how is the likes and dislikes. So, but you can come with
So
your family.
I don't think I don't know how it's going to work out. Family, everybody, I'm not sure. But I will be coming alone.
Okay.
I come alone, I can manage. The family comes is going to be a different thing. But still, we can figure it out. Next trip, I'll surely come to Rajasthan. Next time when I come to India, I'll come and stay there for 1 week or whatever it is.
Absolutely. Make a program. We can also go to Uttarakhand if you want to go there. We can do that.
Uttarakhand is how far from there?
Uttarakhand is about 500 kilometers from, start of Uttarakhand is 500 kilometers from here, Jaipur. So what we do is we take an overnight train. So we take an overnight train, reaches there in the morning at around 5 o'clock. And then we start the journey deeper into the mountains. But it takes around 5-6 days to just travel in the mountains because there's no point rushing in and rushing out. One should stay. One should go there. One should have time.
So you know all those places. So
not all the places, but there are a lot of places in mountains. A lot of places I've been there.
Then you have connections over there, right? With accommodation, food, and everything. You know everything over there, right?
Some of the places,
right.
Yes. Yeah.
No, we'll look into it. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. So what would be the good months to go to like Uttarakhand if you do a trip over there, Sukhdeep?
Uttarakhand, you should go in. Start from um, starts from March. March it's a little. March is a little. When the snow starts melting in. So it's from March till June.
Okay.
Then July and August there are rains there, so it is not advisable because a lot of landslides are there. And then again from September to October, because again in November it gets very the winter sets in, it gets very cold. So in a way, March to June and September. October.
March to June. Okay.
And then October
and like what specific places in Uttarakhand?
So Uttarakhand is divided into two parts. One is known as Garhwal, and another is known as Kumaon. So all
Okay.
that all the Tirth Yatris, all the religious tourism happens in Garhwal area because all the Badrinath, Kedarnath, and all the religious places are there. I normally avoid those religious places. I like to go to Kumaon because Kumaon is more natural. So I go into the deeper part of Kumaon and I got places to stay there. There are so
That's it.
I stay out away from temples and those places where a lot of people go.
Mhm.
That is what
This.
that is what I do. But if somebody wants to go to those religious places, then Garhwal is the area.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
And where is this place, Sandeepji? Pangar? Pangar? It's like a retreat area?
Pangad.
हाँ जी, नीम हेरा के पास में कहीं
कहाँ पर?
नीम हेरा
Neem Rana is there. Neem Rana Fort is there. You're talking. This Neem Rana is a place basically. Neem Rana.
Okay.
So Neem Rana is a
Okay.
place which is closer to Jaipur, around 2 hours from Jaipur, or you
अच्छा
can say
अच्छा
2 hours from Delhi. It is in midway between Delhi and Jaipur.
अच्छा it's known for its food.
There is just one fort there, and they have turned it into
अच्छा
a hotel, which is a very famous hotel, which has become a very famous hotel. It used to be the ruins of the fort. Now they have again, you know, converted it into a nice hotel.
okay.
I have not been
But this
there,
place,
but
this
yeah.
place Palmgad that I'm asking,
Bhangad. Okay,
Sandeepji,
okay,
how
okay.
far?
Oh, you're talking about Bhangad, not Pangad. It
हाँ
is
जी.
Bhangad, Bhan. So Bhangad
It's
is very
it's
interesting.
P-A-N it's P-A-N-G-A-R-H.
P
P-A-N-G-A-R-H. It's in
Pan
Rajasthan.
Pangad. Okay,
Post Bangera. Post Bangera.
okay. I don't know. I know of this Bhangad, which used to be a 7-story fort. Very ancient ruins are there.
अच्छा.
Bhangad I know. Pangad
Okay.
I have not heard of.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh.
But Bhangad is also a very interesting story. So the story goes like this: it was a very bustling city, very small bustling city, and in just one night, the entire city got deserted. In just one night, that's the story is because there was this, there were these queens and kings, and then there were these witches and all that, and some curse was there, and the entire city had to become ruins in the one night. So the ruins are still there. It
अच्छा.
used to be very beautiful fort, but now it is not. The ruins are there, and it's in the jungle. So it's very interesting. I was there once. A lot of places are there in
Okay.
Rajasthan. Rajasthan is deep, is deep seated in mystery, and a lot of history is there. A lot of culture is there. It's very interesting. Forts are very
Mm-hmm.
different. Chittorgarh, in fact, if you are traveling to Rajasthan, you should go to Chittorgarh. Beautiful fort, very large. A lot of places are there. Kota is also very nice.
Chittorgarh.
Hmm?
Chittorgarh I have heard.
Oh, yeah.
Kota also. Kota also. Because they made like a series. I haven't watched it, but it's like called the Kota Factory.
Okay. That is for entirely different reasons. Right.
The reason I was asking you about this place was there's a retreat happening. There's one of my friends who does that from here, from US. So that's where she is doing this retreat in the Pankar area.
Okay. So send me something. I'll check it out because I can't recall Pangad or this place.
ठीक है
Where is it?
संदीप
So
जी, I
just
will do that. Thank you
I'll
so
check it
much,
out.
Sandeep ji.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chaliye. Okay. Great talking to all of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Of course.
Bye bye.